We are almost there. According to my CBI contact, the new elected US administration is now working with Iraq and has contacted Iraq, and so this is also very good news at this time. We must be patient and let the process play out. The process does not change, only some events along the way to get there. In Dr. Shabibi's plan to reinstate, there is one more step to the de-dollarization process, and that is to get off the sole de facto peg to the US dollar. This step must take place, and soon, very soon. There is no longer a need for it. It's time to bring the Iraqi dinar to the forefront. If you hear a date, if you hear a rate, those are just speculative emo. Iraq is facing a new era, reform or the arrival of the Americans. The writing is on the wall. Iraq's going to the private sector, and we have to see where the pipeline's going to get started again. The oil salary is going to get localized. They're going to need an exchange rate to take care of all those things, all those contracts. They're going to need a valuation of the country's true effective exchange rate. We're seeing it all right now in real time. Will it happen in the next few days? Not sure, but we're sure looking at some powerful information that we haven't seen before. Many have asked, what's taking Iraq so long? Why haven't we seen the rate change? A lot of that is intertwined and connected to what's happening with the US government. Question: what are your gut feelings about notifications going out? Marks: I have so many people telling me they could go out late tomorrow. I feel it could go out any time between now and the 1st. You want to go to Chase, to exchange your Iraqi dinar? Nah. Where you going to go? Aki? There's going to be thousands of those exchange centers all over the world. If Chase is going to make you wait 6 months, I'm just gonna go to Aki's or the CBI's private banks. In Michigan there will be hundreds of them. Sudani and the CBI defend the monetary reform because that is the security and the stability for the new exchange rate. The platforms are closing down right now. It looks like we are crossing the finish line. It's all, allegedly, coming before Christmas. Al-Sudani, the citizen, wants to see something realistic and is tired of promises. After getting rid of heavy burden of its debt, Iraq has transformed from a country indebted to a country that can be a creditor to others. Iraq is not going to be in debt to others, but they'll be one that can credit to others. Iraq's going to have a lot of money. Non-oil, oil, tourism revenues are all in play. Television is talking about the dollar exchange. Frank, of course they are. That's all they're going to talk to you about. Firefly, they're saying the dollar platform is about to stop. They're saying there's a shock that's coming when the platform stops. Then they're saying the dollar will rise because of the demand. We think they are warning to be careful not to use the dollar. That's crazy. We know the dinar will have to go up. Frank, yeah, because it's not going to be just 1-to-1 emo. It'll be maybe a little more than 1-to-1, which means it has more value than the American dollar. A change in the dinar rate breaks that parallel market, so to me, with the mechanisms put in place yesterday, now they can pull the trigger. Do you realize how long we have been waiting for this news to get off the sole dollar in payments for imports and be done away with these corrupt currency auctions? Yes, Iraq is now officially out of the sanctioned mode of paying for imports. Can the news get any better, other than getting the RV, of course? Wow. 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 Yes, it's done. I see this process moving ahead now very nicely. Gazette number 4805 was written, and it is all about the amendment that they did in the budget, but it still has not been released to the public yet. Outside illicit trade have been warned about shocks. The dollar auctions are going to cease, and apparently within this year. They did say that was not going to be specifically on any day. They suggested that timing was open, yet to be within this year. Emo, that could be any time or any day they choose. Those that are not associated with a global correspondent bank or hooked up with system already have been warned all year long. It is on them now if they suffer losses. This shows there is no stopping Iraq's monetary reforms. MP Jawed al-Yassari confirmed today, Saturday, that the continuation of political differences between the blocs and parties regarding amending the budget law will lead to delaying the vote on the 2025 budget schedules. Al-Yassari said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency, the political differences between the blocs are still an obstacle to amending the budget law, which delays the government sending the tables for the 2025 budget to Parliament, as the government awaits the completion of the required amendments. He added, this delay will have a major impact on the implementation of many projects and strategic plans that require financial funding, which may hinder the achievement of the required development goals in a timely manner. He stressed the need to expedite these disputes and amend the budget law, to ensure that the tables for the 2025 budget are sent to Parliament, as soon as possible. It is noteworthy that the government has not sent the budget tables yet due to many disagreements over adding $16 per barrel of oil in the Kurdistan region. Member of the Oil and Gas Committee, MP Bosim al-Gharabawi, confirmed on Saturday that there is a desire among the political forces to legislate the oil and gas law in the near future, through the return of the joint committees to work in order to prepare a unified draft of the proposed law, with an invitation extended to host the Federal Oil Minister and the Regional Minister of Natural Resources together within the committee. Al-Gharabawi said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency, the legislation of the oil and gas law is of utmost importance on the political and economic levels and is considered one of the basic laws and regulates the relationship with the center and the region. Its legislation has become an urgent and pressing necessity despite its introduction since 2007. He added that the main obstacle facing the legislators of the law is the paragraph on the tasks of the Federal Council and the powers of the region within the Council, noting that there is a desire among the political forces to legislate the oil and gas law in the near future through the return of the joint committees to work in order to prepare a unified draft of the proposed law, with an invitation extended to host the Federal Oil Minister and the Minister of Natural Resources in the region together within the committee. It is noteworthy that the committees specialized in drafting the oil and gas law include the Federal Oil Minister, the Regional Minister of Natural Resources, the General Manager of SOMO, and senior staff in the Ministry of Oil, in addition to the oil-producing provinces such as Basra, Dhaka, Maysan, and Kirkuk. MP Jawad al-Yassari confirmed, Thursday, December 19, 2024, that political differences over amending the budget law will delay voting on the 2025 budget schedules. The leftist said, the differences between the blocs and political parties are still ongoing and are based on amending the budget law, and these differences will delay the vote on the 2025 budget